7. He's now in year 8 as head coach in Portland.
The players love him. Thank you, David. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers: McCollum the 2 and Hood the 3. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Lillard in at the point guard position. And for the Knicks, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Elfrid Payton is out there with Barrett, and it's Harkless in at the 3, the small forward.
Well, hard to find a team more iconic in the NBA than the New York Knicks. They are a premier brand.
Greg, this is absolutely true. This is an organization that has played a few games in London that have helped them, and it hasn't seemed to matter that the team has struggled for an extended period of time. They remain a major media presence in a major market. The NBA is better when the New York Knicks are a factor.
Now, here is Robinson. Payton outside. Nurkic with the block. Here's Lillard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Payton passes to Barrett. Covington with the steal. McCollum feeling it out a bit from 12 feet out. Tries again. Randall grabs the board.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Payton against McCollum. Randall down low. Nurkic with the block. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And the Knicks with possession here. Clock at 4. Launches it. Payton's shot is off. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Lillard. The shot, no good. And New York the other way now. Passes to Barrett. Now the dish to Harkless. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Robert Covington picks one up. Doris, there is nothing like opening night in the NBA. Every fan base just teeming with optimism for the upcoming season.
I think all of us are just so thrilled to have NBA basketball back. There's no losses in the losing column. Everybody's happy. Let's tip it off and go.
And guys have that little step, and these first weeks of the season are always exciting.
Oh, no doubt. Everybody's bursting with enthusiasm. Players are fresh.
That's good from Harkless. Harkless hits them both. And so here's Portland. Outside Hood. And the pass to McCollum. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
Not easy to defend the height and size that Rodney Hood brings to the 2-guard position. The rise and fire in the face of pretty good defense.
Here's Payton following the score by Ron.
Oh, what a dunk! Out below!
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Now here's Hood. It's taken away by Payton. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Lillard against Payton. Puts it up from 15. Lillard misses.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And they take the lead.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
Now here's Hood. It's Nurkic top of the key. It's Covington on the wing. Outside Hood. On the wing. And he drops that one in.
Rodney Hood as pure a shooter as it gets. His jump shot is straight money.
Payton against Lillard. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And finished off by Robinson.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Payton against Lillard. McCollum trying to get open. They get it again. And Nurkic gets it to go.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Payton against McCollum. With the teardrop. Nurkic with the block. And he recovers it. No good from Payton.
Credit the defense right there. They have not allowed this guy to get going at all in this period.
McCollum dishes to Lillard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
No good on the free throw.
When he was drafted, Damian Lillard said he wanted to go to the Blazers with the 6th pick. The opportunity to play right away and be embraced by the city of Portland.
And he's good on the second. And Damian Lillard says, Greg, win or lose, he wants to stay in Portland. He keeps his residence there year-round.
And talk about his loyalty. In high school, lightly recruited. He ends up committing to Weber State. His senior year, all the big schools come calling. And Lillard kept his commitment. That shows you how he's built.
Now McCollum, after Mo Harkless's three-pointer that didn't go.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Payton passes to Robinson. Here's Barrett. Good D by McCollum. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. It's a three-point game. And that one is good. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong. And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Portland leading by 3. Fires it up. And again, it's Portland converting.
Outstanding handles from the clever guard. Lillard crafty with it in his hand and can create for anybody.
Now here is Robinson coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Randall no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes. What a big-time asset defensively.
Beautiful offense. Lillard creates time and again down the floor, whether it be for himself or for his teammates.
Now here's Randall. He's coming off a 16-point game against Atlanta. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. He gets it in there.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And Greg, you want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort. Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Hood can't get it to go. Knicks trail by 9. Now, here's Barrett. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
We've always been wowed by the athleticism in the NBA, but it seems to be becoming even more athletic. And certain guys get it done, Doris, in different ways.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of examples, Kev, of guys who don't have or are not blessed with incredible athleticism, but who have found a way to be successful. Nikola Jokic is a first-team NBA player who plays very much below the rim. And then you look at certain shooters who can affect the game. J.J. Redick, he is impossible to guard because he's one constant stream of movement. So, listen, if you have great skill for your position, without athleticism, you can still find a way to have a job in this NBA.
And both free throws good for Covington.
What a terrific story Robert Covington is. Gets undrafted out of college, goes to the G League and becomes an MVP, and now one of the very best defenders in the NBA. Truly an incredible journey.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
And all right, a chance to check out stats for Covington. Last year, getting it done. Averaged about 13 points per, just over 2 steals and 5 rebounds. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, the one thing you can't teach is size. He's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but certainly a valuable backup for this team.
Now, here is Robinson. Randall up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Here's McCollum. It's good. McCollum's got 8 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Barrett. Payton outside. Just 5 to shoot. A floater. Second chance effort. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
One thing we know about Elfrid Payton, this guy has got supreme confidence. He will force the issue if he's this close to the cup.
New York shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That free throw missing.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got he just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
And Portland making a change here. Cantor's checked in. the second free throw, good. And Portland has possession. 10-point lead. Pass to Lillard. He kicks to Cantor. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, there's simply no denying the strength of Enes Kanter. Even when you get physical with him, this guy is capable of playing through it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And 79% from the line a season ago. Pretty consistent there as a free throw shooter.
And New York making a change here. Portis is checked in. That's good from Cantor. Of course, you and I were just talking about this as more and more players are going public with their trade requests. Do you think that's had a negative impact on the game?
Well, Kevin, I certainly think it makes long-term planning for NBA franchises a lot more difficult because contractually we are not seeing them hold true to the particular organization they may have signed that contract with. The reality is this in today's NBA. You've got to be nimble as an organization, and you have got to be attractive to them. And I mean that with great ownership, great leadership, and who are the players currently in your system. You have got to be incredibly nimble to be successful in today's NBA.
I think you're right on. Here's Payton after the made shot from Robert Covington to the paint. Here's Randall. Drops in the layup for two.
Very aggressive in terms of looking for his shot. 9 attempts already, but only able to knock down 2.
McCollum with the ball. Picked up by Barrett. 14 feet away. Again, the Trailblazers score.
He is getting it done on the offensive end. 5 buckets through 7 shots.
Payton passes to Harkless. Payton against Lillard. Lets it go from 14. And the basket by Payton.
About time he got one to fall there. Before that, 6 straight misses to start this one.
It's McCollum on the wing. Over Barrett. Here's Cantor. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Payton kicks to Portis. Passes it to Harkless. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Hood. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's McCollum. Yes, that goes in. McCollum's got 12 points in the game.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Lillard against Payton. 52 seconds left to play in the first. Clock at 6. Here's Harkless. Off target with his 3.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Covington's shot is off.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
The pass to Harkless. Here's Portis, covered by Lillard. Outside Portis. Pass to Harkless. From deep three-point range, Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. That's a 2 from Lillard, but they'll get another chance.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. It's the Trailblazers up 19. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. He talked about what that means to him.
a lot of responsibility. When things go bad, you know, people are going to look to you first. You know, they're going to point the finger at you first. And when things go well, they're going to give you the credit. So I think it's just a balance of those two things, you know, being willing to be that guy and being excited about it. I think you got to have fun with it.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
Yeah, I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And the Trailblazers have really been rolling, haven't they?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Enes Kanter, and it's Covington in at the small forward position. Here's McCollum, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. 16 points for C.J. McCollum.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Outside Gibson. Here's Dotson. He's guarded by McCollum. Dotson gets the bucket.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Portland leading by 19.
Well, Damian Dotson in his second season, this guy was able to get on the floor at a consistent rate and show that he could be a solid contributor.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Well, Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. And for Dotson, as you said, Doris, he got his chance as the Knicks started to play the young guys last season.
And he has the potential, Kevin, Damian Dotson, to be a fantastic three-point shooter from what he's shown to this point. You combine that with his high motor and energy, and there's a lot to like if you're a fan of this team.
Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
And, you know, he's got a lot of length, and right there, he needed every inch of it.
That's true, G.A. You're right. You know, we really don't know that much about him in that department, but my goodness, when he gets up, he can go.
I like this aggressiveness from him. He saw an opportunity and did not hesitate.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
And the first one drops. Both good from the line that time. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Outside Anthony. Pass to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Covington inside the line. They get it back. He goes up again. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. In fourth, the Trailblazers.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Here's Trier, covered by Lillard. Now Harkless. Pass to Gibson. Shoots over Cantor. No good from Gibson.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
You know, that's part of any great scorer's arsenal, the ability to create contact and get to the line.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
That free throw good from Anthony.
You know, that's an interesting point about Carmelo, one of the most prolific free throw shooters in the history of the game. Spends a lot of time at the stripe.
And both free throws good for Anthony. Knicks trail by 20. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And there's the pass to Portis. Shoots from the elbow. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
It's good from long range.
What a great shooting performance. His percentage is outstanding.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Well, the book, Greg, is the same for Enes Kanter as it's always been. Great score inside, but his defense leaves you wanting.
And Kevin, at this point, he is who he is. I mean, for better or worse. Kanter is still a force off the bench to give a team some post presence in their second unit, but not sure he'll ever be a player to build around. And with a moment, let's check out the stats for McCollum. A very nice season for him last year. Last year averaged 21 points per 4 rebounds and 3 assists. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
4 on the shot clock.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Down low, Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
You know, power and finesse, that is the essence of Carmelo Anthony's offensive brilliance.
Here's Trier. Pass to Harkless. To the inside. Here's Portis. No good, unable to end this run.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
And so it's New York with it. The Blazers getting the bucket. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound. Lillard outside. They get it back, and Kanter throws it down. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 11 rebounds.
Well, a 7-footer showing how easy it can be. Enes Kanter, aggressive.
New York calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Enes Kanter. He had a strong showing last season. 14th in rebounding. And he was in the top 20 in field goal percentage. Able to create offense with tremendous efficiency.
And we talked about how strong he was on the boards. Going hard at it at both ends last year. Really helping out his team. Here's Trent. And that one, good.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Dotson the pass to Gibson. Pass to Trier. Back to Gibson. Here's Dotson. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's Anthony. Tries again. And it falls over the rim and in. And that's 13 points for Enes Kanter.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Trier passes to Harkless. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Lillard. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Lillard with the ball.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break. And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Trier passes to Gibson. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. And again, Damian Lillard. Lillard's got 4
ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Harkless. Passes it to Portis. 6 to shoot. They could use a bucket. Bangs home the trifecta.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing. New York's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Trier passes to Portis. Here's Dotson. Over in the corner, Harkless. It's tipped.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Covington inside the line. Doesn't go that time. Now the Knicks take it the other way. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Knocked away and stolen by Lillard. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Noel comes in for Portis. Barrett's checked in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Damian Dotson. And for the Knicks, the shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. Kicks it to Barrett. Payton surveying the floor. The pass to Trier. Here's the three. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Now here's Hood. Here's Trent. Lillard outside. 6 on the shot clock. Portland needs to get off a shot. Trent. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. New York's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Trier passes to Barrett. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
An effective mid-range scorer. Barrett excels at finding openings in the defense and capitalizing.
Lillard bounce pass. Here's Nurkic. Robinson with the block. They retain possession. Lillard against Payton. Lillard with the bucket. Lillard's got 12 now in this quarter.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Payton against Lillard. Takes a shot at the elbow, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Trailblazers. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Oh, got to his launch pad, and Melo made sure that went down.
Payton against Lillard. Pass to Robinson. Here's Trier. Barrett the pass to Robinson. Over Lillard. And there's another one for the Knicks.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Hood deciding where to go with it. Trent can't hit.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Lillard against Payton. To the left side wing. Here's Barrett. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Seven seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Three-pointer, Lillard. He can't get that one. Good if it goes. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Portland out in front, running away with it. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, they've been shooting poorly. Is that good defense or bad offense?
Probably a little bit of both. You know, I think we're competing defensively, and they've missed some opportunities.
It's led to good results for you, though. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 19 points, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Love the versatility of Lillard as a scorer. He hits from deep as anyone, and this side of Steph Curry, I'm not sure who else. And then, wait a minute, you overplay him, and he takes you right to the rim.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett is out there with Elfrid Payton, and it's Harkless in at the 3 spot. And that's the group for David Fizdale as we begin the second half. 5 to shoot. McCollum takes it out to Covington. Offline with his 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Harkless the pass to Barrett. Payton outside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Damian Lillard.
I think if you're very aggressive with Elfrid Payton, this guy is getting good at picking up these kinds of fouls.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And as for last season, he was a 74% shooter at the line.
First one falls for him. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Trailblazers shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Inside and finished off by Nurkic.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. Here's Robinson. Following the score by Rodney Hood. Barrett. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat, Greg, from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
And here are the Knicks now, following the basket by C.J. McCollum. It's good.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Lillard against Randall. Nurkic up top. Right side, Covington. 3-pointer, Lillard. Offensive rebound. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 6 points for Nurkic.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Here's Payton. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Lillard and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And how about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
Now here's Payton, and the dunk by Robinson.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Here's McCollum. High, arcing shot. That shot missing. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Barrett, that's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Barrett's got 8 points.
And you like the toughness there. Barrett being more comfortable having to deal with an aggressive defense.
Here's Nurkic. Robinson with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Off the inbound pass, and McCollum with the layup. McCollum's got 23. The Knicks have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Barrett the pass to Robinson. Payton outside. He kicks to Harkless. Shot clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's McCollum. The Knicks pull it in. To the middle. Here's Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine, Kev.
Now here's Hood. 6 points for him. Out left to the wing. The shot by Lillard wide open. And the 3 ball is good. 24 points for him.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Payton passes to Randall. Good D by Covington.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort, you see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
And so Payton will bring it up for the Knicks. Pass to Barrett. Back to Payton. And they double up Payton. And here is Harkless. Passes it to Payton. Shoots over Lillard. Payton's shot is off.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Hood for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 6 assists now in the game. For New York, they've gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Bounce pass Robinson. Here's Randall. They need this, and Robinson with the layup. Robinson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
And Lillard kicks to Hood. Here's Covington. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Nice job by Robert Covington to draw the contact and get himself to the foul line.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game. That free throw, no good. Bobby Portis is checked in for Robinson. And a switch here also for Portland. Zach Collins checked in for Rodney Hood. And he sinks the 2nd. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansions?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Wow, what a performance. And he's not just winning with physical ability, he's winning with anticipation.
Now here's Lillard after the miss from Bobby Portis.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Portis has got 5 points so far.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Covington with the bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
For New York, they've gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Here's Payton. And stolen by Lillard. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance, and he uses the glass on the layup. McCollum's got 8 here in the quarter.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Here's Payton. That shot misses. Some solid defense from Lillard. Down low, here's Covington. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. The Knicks shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's Payton getting it to go. Payton's got his second basket of the night.
Well, just big-time athleticism. When Elfrid Payton is driving with a purpose, he is determined to score.
Nurkic with it. He's got 6. There's the pass to McCollum. And he finishes nicely on the layup. McCollum's got 10 points in just the second half.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And they double up Payton. And Barrett now top of the key. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Robert Covington picks one up.
And what you like about Barrett is his all-around game, a versatile guard / forward who wants to keep improving.
It's his first trip to the line. And that one falls for Barrett. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
He doesn't get the second one. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition. And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Payton against Lillard. The 3. And Barrett with the basket on the assist from Payton. Payton's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. McCollum passes to Lillard. It's rebounded by Portis. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Some nice passing by New York here. And Randall throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now, here's Lillard. 26 points for him. And they pick up 2. Anthony's got 12 in the game.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Lillard against Payton, and they double up Payton. Over in the corner, Randall. Now, here's Barrett. 12 points for him. 5 on the clock. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Randall's got 10 points in just the second half.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
McCollum finds Lillard. Over Payton. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. 28 points for Damian Lillard.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Payton against Lillard. And they double up Payton. Freer from long range. Cans it from downtown. 10 points for him.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Payton against Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. The tray. Here's Cantor. Off target at the rim. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Trailblazers out in front, running away with this one. And we'll be back right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Enes Kanter. Collins is out there with Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the 2-guard position. Here's Portis. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Trent. Back to Lillard. A 3-ball. Not going to go that time. And New York will come the other way. Here's Ntilikina. Nailed from 3-point land.
Yeah, they're relying on their 3-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
3-pointer, Lillard. Another shot to the wing right side. Here's Trent. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. The shot by Trier, no good.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
3-pointer, Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
Pass to Portis. Here's Gibson. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. And there's the feed to Lillard. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
Here's Trier. Passes to Portis. Yep, that one goes in there.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
Trent passes to Lillard. Fires for 3. Drills the 3-pointer. Lillard's got 14 points now in the second half.
After hitting nothing from downtown in the first half, that's his second make since.
Here's Ntilikina. Lays it up off the glass.
This is critical to Ntilikina's development. Nice drive right there.
Lillard, the pass to Kanter. Back to Lillard. Three-pointer. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
Here's Ntilikina over Lillard. And Kanter pulls it down.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
That pass was about the location, puts it perfectly into the hands of his teammate.
Here's Ntilikina after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Now the pass to Trier. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
And here are the Knicks now after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Right side Gibson. It's off the run, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Well, you talk about a player who is a consummate pro, Taj Gibson.
No doubt. Taj is a guy who has always approached the game from a veteran standpoint. He's a great leader, great defensive player, and in between the lines and out, you can count on Taj Gibson.
Robinson's checked in for New York. Reggie Bullock comes in for Alonzo Trier. And he knocks down the first one.
What you love about Taj Gibson is his leadership. This guy is an intelligent, ferocious competitor who plays his role to a T.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Hezonja comes in for Anthony, and it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Here's Simons following the score by New York. To the paint. Here's Kanter. Robinson with the block. But they get it back. Simons. A three-pointer, no good. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. Bullock kicks to Ntilikina. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Ntilikina's got 7 points here in this quarter. The Trailblazers have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Pass to Kanter. Grabs the rebound again. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Here's Ntilikina. Banked in off the glass. Ntilikina's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, that takes tremendous body control from Frank Ntilikina. Even with a physical defensive player, he stays composed.
Hezonja's shot is off.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Dotson the pass to Ntilikina. Pass to Bullock. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Collins. Simons the pass to Trent. Power down with both hands.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Here's Dotson. Of course, it seems like Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, is one of the most well-liked commissioners in all of sports worldwide. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think he was amongst the most important members of the staff of his predecessor, David Stern, who obviously oversaw the greatest growth in NBA history. The NBA became a global game. But Adam Silver didn't skip a beat. He is a great listener, a great communicator, and I've said this about the NBA for a very long time. It is a league that is in constant self-evaluation process. It is always looking for ways to improve the league, whether that means organizationally or with the play between the lines, and that's all you can ask for, Kevin.
Here's Ntilikina. Portland knocking down that triple moments ago. Dotson can't hit, but they recover it. Bullock kicks to Ntilikina. Passes it to Dotson. From deep. The rebound by Hazanya.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now, here's Bullock. The pass to Gibson. Inside. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Well, the big man, Taj Gibson, pretty assist there, Kevin.
The Trailblazers shooting fairly well in the fourth, around 48%. Pass to Cantor. Over Robinson. Cantor's shot is off.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
And so it's New York with it after Enes Kanter's miss. Dotson can't hit.
No doubt the fight's there. They are trying to battle back, but he's just really struggling this quarter.
Trent passes to Cantor. Here's Simons. Pass to Trent. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Gibson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Dotson. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. No good on that one. And New York making a change here. Ellington's checked in. And then for the Trailblazers, Caleb Swanigan's checked in for Enes Kanter. And it's Little in for Collins. He hits the second from the line. The Trailblazers shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Free throw line jump shot. And it's Simons missing.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Okay, time now for an injury report. Now, let's send it over to David Aldridge for an update on Bobby Portis. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Knicks head athletic trainer, He told me that he's had to go through some bandages to slow the bleeding, but that it is just a minor cut on his head. This injury could be devastating for them. This is a team that had title hopes, Kevin, and this is not what they need.
Thank you, David. Appreciate the update. Never like to see any kind of injury, Greg.
Yeah, it's one of the toughest parts of the game because you have little to no control over it.
Well, we're obviously hoping for a speedy recovery because we know this about this young guy. He simply loves playing the game.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Knicks. On the free throw, no good. Josh, do you have high hopes for the new draft lottery system to keep every team competitive to the very end of the season?
Well, one of the keys in implementing this new draft lottery system was to make sure that the bottom 3 teams were given equal opportunity to get that top draft choice. I think you did see it have some effect on play and teams trying to be competitive while understanding they're still going to have an opportunity to build their team through the draft. But here's the reality. The NBA has got to be under review constantly. There's a process in play. It's one of the most proactive leagues in the country in terms of always looking for little things to make sure their game is the best it can be.
Attention to detail. Well said. The first free throw is good. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Trailblazers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn them.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Lillard.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian, it looks like this team's progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. Do we see that tonight?
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. You know, we got a little more physical. You know, we did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win, Damian. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.